Well, hello friends, and welcome to Indigo Intuitive Tarot. I am Indigo, and I am here to provide you with intuitive messages and downloads via the tarot, as well as several oracle cards per usual. Now, while these intuitive messages and downloads are intended for your spiritual growth and expansion, they may also, and oftentimes do, apply to other areas and aspects of your incarnation in this crazy-ass 3D reality. So please, as always, take what applies, and if it doesn't apply, what do? We let it fly. Okay. Hey, y'all. It's a reading. Ooh, they finna talk. Here's the thing. I did a reading before this, just like for myself, just to feel the energy, right? And I got this card. And this card, you know what song I heard? No Church in the Wild by Kanye West, featuring Jay-Z and I believe Frank Ocean. Specifically, what's a God to a non-believer who don't believe in anything? That's literally what I heard. It was a very deep kind of spiritual message, excuse me. So, yeah, it was a real interesting, because I clarified it and I got the Five of Wands, the Emperor, and the Two of Swords. I got some real deep downloads off that, okay? Maybe they'll come out in this reading. But as for any channeled messages and downloads I have for you all today, the other day I went to the store. I was having a good day. Got myself some beautiful coral colored roses. Honey, coral is one of my favorite colors. Corals and peaches, gorgeous. Got myself some beautiful coral roses and some good groceries and was walking home and feeling very blessed. Now listen, I'm going to tell you, at times I don't be feeling blessed. And it's not because I don't think that I'm blessed, because I know that I'm blessed. But sometimes I be at odds with the universe, y'all. Me and the universe and my spirit team, sometimes we go round and round. And I be in here talking my shit to the universe, okay? Some days, because, you know, when you're an intuitive and you know and you see and you get the downloads and things, and then, you know, you're around a lot of people who don't, and things just be going crazy, it get a little frustrating, okay? Honey, me and the spirit of patience, we be going through it, okay? That's what I'm gonna say. But anyway, I'm walking home from the store, beautiful roses, good groceries, right? Fridge full, right? Doing good. And, you know, I was thinking about, like, when I was a kid in the early 90s, yeah, I'm showing my age, okay? When I was a kid in the early 90s, like, I wanted to live this very bohemian, kind of artsy, I don't know, going to raves and going to clubs and dancing and, you know, like this sort of lifestyle. And it's funny because I'm like, man, I thought I was going to be a certain type of way, right? But then I'm like, wait a minute. You're living it. You are doing it. Not that I'm an artist or anything and I'm going to raves, but like your power is in the now. Okay? And that's the message. You're living it now. Honey, I done had my heart broken so many times in the past decade. I can't even begin to tell you what I've been through in the past decade. But guess what? Is my power back there? No, it's now. It's right now. And this is why anytime the wheel card pops up in these readings, I tell you, your thoughts, behaviors, and actions are going to dictate how the universe spins this wheel for you. You are not a passive participant. You are an active participant in your life, okay? Now, that wheel can also represent the wheel of karma, so, you know, just pointing that out there. But, yeah, your thoughts, your behaviors, your actions dictate how you and the universe co-create together and how that universe spins that wheel, okay? So if you're in a space where you're like, things are crazy, everything's going wrong, this happening, where is your personal power? Is your personal power in the worrying about the things? Or is your personal power in living your goddamn life? Really and truly, you got to live your life, baby. Some days I don't feel like it's a gift. Some days I feel like it's a burden. The Emperor. You got to take charge of your situation, right? That man is in charge. Justice. Are you being fair to yourself? Because, baby, if you ain't living, you ain't being fair to yourself. You got to live your life. Ram Dass once said, you can do life like it's a great burden or a great dance, but either way, it's your choice. It's very Two of Wands energy. It's your choice, honey. How you gonna spin that wheel? How you gonna live this life? Because your power is in the now. It's not in the future. It's not in the past. Your power don't lie. with your parents, your partner, you know, past lovers, friends, whatever. It's right here, right now. Okay? So that's the download. Live your damn life and take your power back. All right? So this is going to be your spiritual self-care check-in. I don't think I've said that to you already. It'll say it in like the title. Y'all will see. You know how we do. All right, we're going to see what we're going to see. Justice returns. You being fair to yourself? You letting people talk over you? Oh, I hope not. The Tower. Okay, here we go. We got a reading, y'all. The Two of Wands. Didn't I say it's very Two of Wands energy? You got to make a choice. Honey, it's almost like I'm psychic or something. Ace of Wands. A new beginning. A creative, passionate new beginning. Live your life. This reading is meant for someone. High Priestess. What's your intuition talking about? Six of Blades, Six of Swords, moving on to calmer waters. Yeah. Told you. Told you. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Blades or the Page of Swords, right? This is the true student, the researcher, the kind of like nerdy, you got your head in books and you're learning about the world, learning possibly about self as well, okay? Maybe a little anxious. The Page of Swords does give a little bit of anxiety, but you know, he ain't about Page. He ain't about Page. Can be a little testy, but definitely likes to learn. I think you're finna learn a lot about yourself right now, which is funny because I do those readings that are what your spirit team wants you to know right now, like in this Red Hot Minute, baby. All of my readings are what your spirit team wants you to know. They definitely don't want you to be like this. Okay. Justice, the Tower, the Two of Wands. I'm going to say this right now. If you are forced into making some sort of decision, because the Two of Wands is all about making a choice, like if this Tower, if this Justice, if this is something that forces your hand, you have to listen to your intuition. Okay? You have to. If you are in an anxious energy about a tower, it's going to be difficult to hear your higher self, your intuition, your spirit team, etc., etc. It's going to be hard to hear those things. So if something is forcing your hand, just, take a step back, detach a little bit, okay? And listen to your intuition before making any decisions. It's just a download I got. All right, we're going to clarify, of course, because who would I be if I didn't have a bunch of clarifiers all over the place? All right, so we're going to look at this Justice card. Spirit team, why is Justice here? Oh, look at that. The Five of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the Ten of Wands. Well, we're moving. Nine of Wands to the Ten of Wands. Baby, you or whoever this is for. Maybe it's, for someone you know. But you got sick and tired of crying over spilled milk. Really and truly. You got sick and tired of it. Okay? Adjust this light here a little bit. You got sick and tired of it. There we go. It's a little bit better. I think that's what pushes you to move from the Nine of Wands to the Ten of Wands. You're carrying the wand, right? But in the Ten of Wands is the person putting down the burdens. They're putting down those 10 wands, right? I think you realize staying stuck, grieving over something that has already happened. What did I say to you? Your power lives in the now. It doesn't live in the past. You staying here while grief is very normal, nothing wrong with it. You staying here leaves you to believe that your power was in the past. It was never in the past. It's in the right here, right now. This woman in the middle of these two screaming people could just turn around and walk away. She could just turn around and walk away. She doesn't have to be there, right? You don't have to be there, right? So I think something happens where you realize that you still have 2 cups standing and that you can turn around, take those 2 cups and turn them into something absolutely beautiful. Sorry about the lighting, you guys. If you can see it. There you go, a little bit better. Okay. Well, Now we have the Tower. And I want to say the Tower doesn't have to be a bad card, you guys. So don't, don't get freaked out. It does look scary in this deck. Okay? It does look a little scary. We're going to see. We're going to see because it's not always bad. Okay? Spirit team, why is the Tower here? Thank you. The Seven of Pentacles. The Wheel. The Star. Yeah. The Star comes after the Tower. The Star is the healing that comes after the Tower. Remember I said, your thoughts, behaviors, and actions are going to dictate how the universe spins this wheel for you, right? So, how you react to this Tower, whatever it is for you, it's going to be different for everybody. Are you going to pick up those falling bricks and build a new life? It's up to you. It's up to you. I'm telling you. You are more powerful than you think. And the powers that were, as I like to call them. And I can go into a whole video about how they are the powers that were. The powers that were do not want you to know how powerful you actually truly are. Okay? So whatever this Tower moment is, whatever happens, like I said, you take those 2 cups, you turn around, pick them up and turn them into something beautiful. You take those falling bricks, same thing. You take whatever you can from whatever happens and you plant it. You nourish it and nurture it through your thoughts, behaviors, actions. That dictates how the universe spins this wheel. And you heal through it. You find inspiration, right? You find a little hope, okay? Because you know, ultimately, and as you see in this card, you're never disconnected from source. Never. Never disconnected from the mother either. The Empress. Honey, this is a message for somebody today. And, if you can hear noises in the background, I'm sorry. I live in an apartment, you guys. I can't control what my neighbors do. They're wonderful people, but I can't control what they do. All right. So look. Moving on to the 2 of Wands. This is where the choice happens. Now, I know this looks like a fun, good time, right? Fun, good time. I do love a drummer. I'm not gonna lie to you. But the 2 of Wands is all words. The 2 of Wands is also very much about a choice that needs to be made. What song is he gonna play? Here you go. The choice that needs to be made. What type of song you finna play? Honey. He could play a real good drummer. I'm gonna tell you this right now because I've played all types of music and I can sing. I did music for like the first half of my life. So a good drummer, a good musician, a good singer, yeah, they have their genre, but a good drummer can play anything. Like, I didn't know that the drummer from the Red Hot Chili Peppers played on a Dua Lipa song. I found that out a couple of years ago, blew my mind. But then I thought, well, yeah, of course, because he's just a really good drummer, right? And he's a really good musician. What type of song you finna play after this Tower? Okay. Yeah, he looks like a rock guy, but I bet you he could play a mean syncopated beat rhythm that would fit right in with like the jazz folks of the 50s and 60s. Does that make sense? Right? Like versatile. You gotta be versatile. You gotta be flexible. You gotta be able to go with the flow. Okay. Why is this 2 of Wands here, Spirit team? Why is this 2 of Wands here? Well, that's a lot of cards, Spirit. Is it 3? You gave me 3. God bless you. Oh, you gave me 4. Said take them. All right. You got Temperance. Mm-hmm. The Death card. Mm-hmm. 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 You might be having a reunion or a celebration because you have success here. Listen to me. Your ability to go with the flow, Temperance, through this transformation. I know death, the Death card, oh my God, but this is death and rebirth. This is a transformation. Do you see on this card the the sign of infinity, the 8 of infinity in between the words death and rebirth? Yeah, honey. It's a transformation. how you choose to move through this transformation is going to determine your new beginning here. It's a shiny new beginning. You're looking very successful. Possibly a celebration or reunion. Possibly with a fire sign. Now, listen, you know, I always give a little warning with that Knight of Wands. Mr. here for a good time, not a long time. Okay. Back to the Empress. You might just be moving forward passionately and quickly, and, you know, maybe you find your spark again. I said, I feel like this guy's, he's very alive, you know, he's like a rock and roll kind of guy, right? Very passionate. Moving on to the Ace of Wands. It's a passionate, creative, new beginning, right? Like you get to, what did I say? You get to write your story. This is a blank canvas here. Oh, this message is deep. All right. All right. Oh, Spirit team, why is the Ace of Wands here? It's giving me all kinds of cards. Oh, Ace of Wands, Ace of Wands on top of the Ace of Wands. Knight of Cups, Eight of Pentacles. Five of Wands. First of all, you ain't in competition with no damn body. Okay, so let's just put that out there. If you are in a place where you're feeling like I'm not where I want to be because, you know, I'm 35 and I should be married with kids, or, you know what I mean, I should be established at this level in my career, whatever it is, you don't have to be in competition with anybody. Okay, so I just want to tell you that right now. But you have a creative, passionate new beginning here in front of you. Yes, this could be a love offer. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is something, though, that's going to take a little bit of self-work. Okay. So remember how I was talking about being a musician? One thing about jazz musicians, what makes them actually really, really good musicians, they know the rules of music so well, they know how to break them. Any good musician will tell you that. You practice so much the rules and the right way to do it and the right way to play it and the right way to, and then you learn all that so you could break the rules and break them in a way that sounds amazing. Okay. That's what I feel here. You're going to work, you're going to do the self-work, you're going to, you know, you're going to get that down, right? You're going to work at it, work at it, work at it. And then you're just going to bust free and design this new beginning the way you want it to be. With the creativity you learned from discipline. People think like creativity and discipline are like two separate things. No, baby, they're very, very similar. They're very, very similar. More similar than people think. Okay? But there is something here about an emotional offer coming in. Okay? Also, because this is a Pentacles, you know what I mean? If someone comes in very hot, fiery, passionate, don't let them rush you or anything like that. Like, stay disciplined with what's going on. Stay grounded. Okay? Don't let a love offer kind of distract you from what your work is either. So that may be what this is telling you here. Okay? Don't, for some of you, it's not going to be all of you. Don't let a possible romantic offer distract you from this new beginning. However, it could be a new romantic offer that, you know, helps you to be more creative, helps you to tap into your creativity. Because really, like a good painter or a good musician, they use their emotions, right? They use the material that life has given them, that love has given them, right? I mean, the best songs are love songs, right? So, you know, maybe you're finding a partner who helps you to be more creative, or you have a partner coming in that helps you to be more creative, that encourages you to do this type of work. Okay, so it can go a few different ways. All right, we're gonna look at the High Priestess here with her cats, which kind of looks like my cat a little bit. He doesn't have white on his nose, but he does have little white paws like that. So now this High Priestess looks very different. from many of the other decks. It gives very much she exists in the underworld. She exists kind of in the shadows, and she's not afraid of that. She almost kind of looks like a ghost here. She doesn't quite look fully human. Okay, she's also holding a mirror. Something about reflecting something back to you. Very interesting. Okay, why is the High Priestess here? Spirit team. High Priestess. Oh. Here we go. Judgment. Two of Pentacles. Knight of Wands. This High Priestess is here to, you know, the Judgment card is my, like, wake-up call card. It can also be my come to Jesus moment card, okay? But it's... I think what it's showing you here is it's giving you a wake-up call as to where you have been out of balance, possibly regarding your passions. Okay, maybe you move quickly towards things and then back away, right? Like you burn really hot, and honey, I am totally guilty of this, because like I love to dive in head first into things and then like I'm done with it in 3 weeks, right? That sort of thing. So something here about balancing though, okay? There's something here, and this is going to be definitely received through a divine download, through your intuition, through maybe even a dream, okay? But I said she's holding, in this specific card, she's holding a mirror. I feel like she's here to reflect something back to you. Something about being, or needing to bring more balance, okay, into your life, possibly in the areas of where your passions lie. Maybe you are existing too much in the kind of, I don't want to say spirit, but like maybe you need to ground down more into your passions. It just, you know, it can be different for everyone. It's going to go a bunch of different ways. But I get this real balancing act. This real balancing act here of like existing in this kind of space of this in-between. The in-between is what they're telling me. Maybe this has to do with a relationship. A relationship could definitely be affecting this. Something you walked away from. That's very interesting. Is this someone who took from you? Is this Mr. Here for a good time, not a long time? The Seven of Swords, lying, cheating, stealing. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. So yeah, moral of the story here is your intuition is telling you something is out of balance or something needs to be brought back into balance. Could be regarding your passions, could be regarding a Mr. or Mrs. Here for a good time, not a long time. Okay, I know this isn't a love reading, although we have a couple love adjacent cards here, love cards here, but you know, just keep that in mind. All right, so we're looking at the Six of Blades here, or what's known as the Six of Swords and all the other decks. This is just moving on to calmer waters, moving on to a better situation after, what is the Five of Swords? This is very, very self-sabotagey, kind of regretful type of energy. Okay, Spirit Team. Why is the Six of Blades here? I'm just noticing like they're ice skating and there's these cracks in the ice. Maybe you're a winter person. Maybe you like winter. I don't know. They're just showing me, they're really focusing, having me focus, excuse me, on that ice. Spirit Team, why is the Six of Blades here? What is this card here for? Okay, we have the Queen of Cups, the Page of Wands, Five of Wands, yeah. Page of Swords returns with your head in that book, honey. I ain't mad at it. I love books anyway. So with this Six of Blades, remember I was saying I was really being drawn to this ice, and this ice like kind of cracking. It's like your heart is thawing. You're finally following your heart, right? You're taking a little bit of a chance here. The Page of Wands, especially in this deck, it's like we're going to throw this wand up in the air and we're going to see what sticks, right? We're going to see what happens. And I think the way that you're moving, what you're moving away from it is this idea of competition, this idea of maybe having to almost maybe fight for your right to live the way you want, or constantly feeling like you have to kind of defend yourself almost in a way. I just really get this, like, at one point you had to guard your heart, is what I'm trying to say, right? Like something in you has cracked open, like is being thawed out, right? Moving towards the sun, which is beautiful. But you're finally letting your heart open. You're finally expanding. You're finally taking a chance, finding your inspiration again, right? After some sort of conflict, competition, energy, right? Something that maybe even kept you feeling like you're not good enough, right? That sort of thing. Overall, gorgeous reading. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous reading. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do for oracle cards? I think we are going to do these. Okay. Not a bad reading, y'all. Not a bad reading. And a lot of the stuff that I talked about in the channeled messages and downloads, that really came through in this reading. Just fantastic. Fantastic. All right, Spirit Team. What you got for the collective? I do 3 or 4 cards. What you want to tell the collective? Ooh. Your energy is valuable. Protect it well. They're protectors. Didn't I have to say you might have to, like, protect yourself, protect your energy? You know, if someone wants to come in offering you a love offer. I thought I said that. Flower child. Momentum, creativity, action. I hope that, what's that say? I'm a little blind. I hope that over everyone else, you learn to make yourself proud. See? I told you, you gotta be fair to yourself. You know, if creativity is your thing, and how you creatively handle the towers in your life, the unexpected things, how you heal from them, how you rebuild, how you plant the seeds of, you know, take what seeds of wisdom you can from these situations and plant them and watch something grow, baby. Take those 2 of cups from this 5 of cups and water these damn seeds. Look, she even got, listen, she got flowers growing out of her head. See? Y'all better listen to your auntie, to your cousin, to your psychic cousin. I only want the best for you. I really, really, truly do. Spirit Team, one more card, please. One more card. No. Also, we have number 9 and number 14 here. I don't know. Maybe those numbers are significant to you. Number 6, the past. Releasing, rebirth, spring. We are in spring, moving into summer. It says, and so I listened as my soul told me, let the past go so that I may awaken to how much I have grown. Honey, didn't I say in the intro, these intuitive messages and downloads are for your spiritual growth and expansion? And so I listened to my soul, and so I listened as my soul told me to let the past go so that I may awaken to how much I have grown. I said, how you handle this transformation, how you choose to play it, whatever song you choose to play, how you choose to play it is going to dictate how this wheel spins, the type of success you have, the type of new beginnings you have, how you grow. Again, The seeds, it's all about the seeds that you were planting. And I said in my new moon reading, we do all of these affirmations and intentions and things around the new moon, and that's all good. There's nothing wrong with that. But like, what's the follow-up? Are you watering them? It's actually raining right now. It's been raining all day, right? I watered my plants today. Yep. The meaning is in the middle. Didn't I say something about I feel like you're in the in-between? Honey. The meaning is in the middle. Momentum mori, life, presence, depth. Remember, we have the death and rebirth card here. So you might be in the midst of transformation. Honey, I love it. Listen, it's scary when you go through it. It is. Ask me how I know. Damn near 7 dark nights of the soul in the past like 10, 11 years. I'm not even joking. You think you get this wise by having an easy life? No, you don't. Okay? And I'm not saying I'm perfect. Far from it. Honey, I'm not trying. I don't want to be perfect. It sounds boring. It sounds boring. Okay. So if you're out there chasing perfection, don't do that. Be your authentic self, right? All right. So we're going to pull some Ganesha. Okay. Oracle cards. One of my favorite deities. Probably my most favorite. Even over Hanuman, who I love just so much. But Ganesh, me and Ganesh, we're like this. The remover of obstacles. I think he even absorbs some of the world's sadness, I read one time. And I think I literally cried when I read that because it's so sweet. Now listen, this is so funny. This one card out of this deck somehow made it into my washing machine. So this is why it looks like this, and this is the card that flew out. I already know what this card is because obviously it made it into my washing machine. It's healing. It's healing. You have the star card. Somewhere, I think under here. Yeah. How you finna heal. I'm telling you. And healing doesn't have to look like hard work all the time. You can laugh, you can be in joy, you can be in community. Matter of fact, a lot of people heal better in community because their grief and their pain gets to be witnessed. Okay? I'm someone, as a hyper independent only child, I have trouble with that. Okay? I'm not gonna lie to you. That's why I'm not perfect. I have trouble being witnessed when I'm in those sorts of states. But, you know, everybody's different. But you got the healing card. And I love it. The blues. Oh, so beautiful. Of course, that would be the card that flew out. The one that has been through my washing machine. And I don't know. I just refuse to rebuy the deck just because one card got tossed in the washing machine. I don't even know how it made it in there. My washing machine is in a completely different room, y'all. Delight. Didn't I say healing doesn't have to be hard all the time? It doesn't. It doesn't have to be all work and shadow work and, you know, crying. And you can have fun too. And you're supposed to. You're supposed to. I'm telling you. 6, 7 dark nights of the souls in a decade taught me a lot about what it looks like to move through it. And a lot of those times I forgot that fun was a key component. You've given me so many cards, Spirit. What is going on? They said take them. Acceptance. Nurture. And achievement. You have the success card here. 6 of Wands. How are you going to nurture, nourish, and water the seeds that you plant? Okay. Now listen, this tower, one way to not move wisely through that tower moment is to resist it. And one of the hardest things, I've said this before in a reading, one of the hardest things you will ever learn about the spiritual journey is how to surrender. I'm telling you, it's one of the hardest things you will ever have to do. People look at surrender as weakness. No, honey. Surrender takes mad strength. You have no idea. It takes a lot of strength to be able to surrender your situation to the divine, to your ancestors, to your spirit guides, and let them take it. Okay. Let them take it. I'm telling you. So, y'all, this is a very, very powerful reading. Okay, this is powerful. I truly hope that this reading has provided you some guidance and some clarity, as it is always, always, always my intention to serve. I hope that you are taking care of yourselves, and I will talk to y'all very, very soon.